Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to May the 1st, 2023. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. I want to welcome you to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Today I have with me the energy of my guardian angel, John, who wants to talk about the concept that if it is, I'll read it exactly what it says. It says, if it doesn't make sense, it is likely a lie. And this is really funny. This came out this morning while I was out in the gym working out. And he said, look at all of the different things you're hearing now, William. Where are they really coming from? And do they make sense? And I said, yeah, there's a lot of things going on right now that people are uncertain and unfocused about. He said, what are the things that don't make sense to you? And I said, what doesn't make sense to me is the idea that a man can become a woman or a woman become a man. That doesn't make sense to me. That I should do something I'm told to do that doesn't work. That I should believe everything a politician tells me. That I should accept whatever I'm told without question. And he said, those are just some of the simple things that are happening. There's great confusion in what he called the masses today. That was a direct result of control, authority, and power that is usurping the rights of all humans to live and learn freely of their own volition. And this is, personally for me, speaking on this is a little difficult because I understand what it means to be confused by your environment, what it means to be confused by the people around you who are supposed to care about you and take care of you and love you and honor you and cherish. I know what that's like. So it's a very emotional subject for me in some ways because I know what that experience is. He said the disadvantage that most people are facing is that the people that are controlling the information that's going into the minds of the children are setting the stage for what you see unfolding before you right now. What you are observing right now is a product of what they are placing into the minds of the children. That really upset me because I understand how environment can influence us as children. It is very important that people begin to awaken to this understanding that those who are placed in positions of authority, if they run out of integrity, they will begin to deceive and to lie. They will begin to be deceptive, confusing, and you must pay close attention to them, in that you must be wary of whom you shall listen to and why. He said that your conventional education systems are very destructive right now. They are not serving the function of enlightenment that they were originally designed to serve. You would be better served going to monasteries where at least you learn the function of how to control your mind and your body. And I do not speak of the monasteries of these, what you call these indoctrinating ideologies of religion, but the monasteries where they actually teach an individual to be an individual, to think, to question, to evaluate, to consider. But that is not what you see in your conventional educational systems. There is a one-size-fits-all form of treatment of individuals that loans itself to marginalizing very significant numbers of the population, because it does not teach children the function of love. It does not teach children the function of reason. It does not teach children the function of imagination and creativity, which would loan itself to great and profound innovation and revolution throughout your society. It is important you evaluate what it is that you will allow into your child's mind. But many of you who are having children now are having children, having been educated by the very system that is about to educate your children at a much more deceptive level than you were educated. Those in positions of power who have taken advantage of your labors, your kindness, your good nature, your innate function of love, those individuals have become far more destructive and harmful, and as a result have gone to great lengths to hide through subterfuge the damage that they're aspiring to maintain in the collective unconsciousness of your species, which was designed to function harmoniously together. You were not meant to be segmented into different functions of race or color or creed. These are natural elements that each of you came to experience in your own way. You were, as a human collective, designed to work and function together as a unified whole, while simultaneously being mindful of the influences and effects of the whole upon the parts of itself. For the two are inseparable. And it becomes very important then to evaluate information and idea, as these things, when placed in the structure of your biology, will loan itself to influencing and causing the experiences that you are having. In fact, everything that each and every one of you hearing these words is experiencing is a product of what you have acquired from this world and other lifetimes. But the latter is what we're going to put aside for now and stay connected to the former, that what you are hearing in the world through your educational systems, from your politicians, those who have benefited from your suffering, they will continue to deceive you and lie, and do so more frequently as they believe that many of you are just simply going to accept what you are told without question, harming yourselves and your children in the process of compliance without reason. But this is not a fault or a flaw on your part. This was established through your educational system, which says that you should not think or reason. You should simply listen, accept, repeat, and obey. Like simple Simon Says, as your human game goes, Simon says do this, and Simon says do that. And you find yourself struggling to find your enlightenment amidst the confusion that has been sown into your minds through your conventional educational systems. And now you find yourself being faced with absolutely ridiculous and unreasonable prepositions to be considered as forms of education for your children, knowing full well that it is not correct. But again, many of you that are having children now have already been conditioned and prepared for these types of deceptions, whether you know it or not. So few of you actually stop to question the source and origins of your own thoughts, your own ideas, your own beliefs. Where do they originate? Until that process of questioning begins, you are stuck with the subterfuge and the deceptions of those who would say they would lead you to greater freedom, and yet repeatedly finding yourself having less and less freedom subsequently. And until you awaken to the understanding that you must learn to question the thoughts, the ideas, and their origins, you will remain subjective to the whims and wills of those you place in positions of authority, many of whom you're placing in positions of authority by manipulation, not by good sound reason. The function of love is very precise in what it will do, what it will say. Very precise. The function of fear is very precise in what it will do and what it will say. And all that can be said can be brought down to those two simple considerations. Is what you are hearing, is what you are seeing, is what you are experiencing a function of love or fear? These two considerations can loan themselves to a great simple process of reorganization of your own mind and your world. That there is a distinction between love and fear as functions of thought, as functions of emotion, as functions of action. When I first spoke to this one upon a bridge many, many years ago, many of the thoughts and beliefs and ideas he had in his mind were of a sense of his worthlessness, meaninglessness. And that was not of his own choosing. It was provided quite adequately by the environment of education as well as his own immediate environment. And one thought was given to him that was different from all other thoughts that he had. The thought that I gave to him was this: you are loving and lovable. That one thought, when he heard that thought, it was in such a distinct contrast to what he believed in the moments of his despair, that the vibration of that thought created a phenomenal shift in his perception of his identity as a consciousness, as an awareness. The thought had never been presented to him before. And so I present that thought to you, to consider the concept that in your essential nature you are loving and lovable. And then the next consideration might be, what is the function of loving? And what is the function of lovable towards your body, towards your mind, towards your world, towards those around you? What are those functions? You are all capable of evaluation, regardless of how lowly you might think yourself to be. And I would say to you that if you think yourself to be lowly, then those are not likely your thoughts, but the thoughts you've acquired from your environment. And the process of deliberate evaluation of thought alone will loan itself to you being able to pull yourself out of the muck, as it were, of your mind and your emotions, recognizing that many of your thoughts are not even yours and they create emotions that do not serve you. And that there are many thoughts that you can consider that will serve you. When you hear truth, there is no confusion. When you experience the function of love, there is no uncertainty. It is from the perspective of deception that you will find confusion. And in deception, the root is simply a subterfuge to pull your attention away from those who are doing you harm deliberately and intentionally in order to hide their own evil, their own darkness from your eyes. Although they see it in themselves, they pray with great intent that you would not see it as it is in them. Evaluate the thoughts, the ideas of your leaders and those who would purport to be your teachers and your educators. Evaluate the quality of their thoughts and what they say. Do they come from love? Are their thoughts of love? Do not let fanciful words like inclusion and acceptance deceive you while they have their own vibration. These dark ones are very specific in how they can utilize information and language to manipulate. But the functions of love, as your once great healing systems used to say, do no harm. Love does no harm in thought, in word, in action. And so you want to find liberation from your suffering and you seek it outside of yourself. And this is exactly what you've been taught to think you were supposed to do, to seek your liberation from a leader, from a teacher, from someone else. And yet within you is the Almighty God. Within you. And it is of love, not of fear, as they have told you. They've told you that this Almighty God is a wrathful and a fearful God, and it is not. It is a God of love, of understanding, of compassion, of reason, of intelligence, of creation, of innovation, of kindness, of goodness. But they would benefit further from your greater confusion by telling you that this one God is opposite to what you believe it's supposed to be. And they write great books and tell you that these great books represent the truth of this God. And yet the truth is here and now in what you say and what you do, and what they say and what they do. You will see the works of God or you will see the works of evil. It's very simple. Is it not? If you see a function of love, you will know it is a function of love. If you see a function of fear, you will know it is a function of fear. If you have the awareness to observe, the eyes to see and the ears to hear, then you'll be less likely to subject yourself to the lies under the guise of them being the truth. And it is a very crucial time in your species evolution right now. You are on a precipice of repeating the same functions that has occurred many times in your planet. And you think that you have no control or authority over this. And they would tell you that you are somehow responsible for the things that are happening upon this planet. And you are, but not in the way that they would say. They would tell you it's this substance or that substance. I say to you, it is the function and energy of love that determines the experiences you are having. The functions of fear that determine the experiences you are having. And you cannot serve two masters, but one or the other. You can serve love or you can serve fear. Listen to the words that come out of the mouths of these ones that would tell you they will lead you to the promised land. And yet they would take more from your labor, more from your freedoms and liberties, more from your creativity. And they would do so with such sweet words. And yet they have created the very systems that indoctrinate you into ignorance. And yet you are divine. And yet you are divine. But they would have you believe that you are somehow less than that you need them to tell you how you should learn, what you should know, what you should believe. When in your own mind and in your own heart, you are more than capable of making those distinctions quite adequately, I might add. You must learn to question the authorities that purport to have your greatest well-being as their primary cause. Look in your cities, the numbers of homeless grow. The hunger and the poverty flourish. In all countries this is occurring. It is not one or another. It is in all countries that this is occurring, with a few small exceptions, but these small exceptions are very specifically controlled by those who are currently leading you around by the noses. The reason I came in this fashion today was to simply say that you must awaken to the function of love. You must learn to turn your attention away from the deceptions of those who would keep you in the darkness, that they might benefit from your suffering. That the coming transformation in your world is not inevitable, but possible. That the function of love collectively in your species will result in a very different outcome than the function of fear collectively in your species. And it is important that you come to this realization. And you will have difficulty only because you've been brought to confusion by those in positions of authority. So you do not know necessarily what to believe or not to believe. But I would say this to you. What do you feel? Does it feel like love? Because love will not have your shoulders sag and your head hang down. Love will not have you attack. Love will not have you harm or force. The functions of fear are that. But the functions of love, you can observe and you can feel. You can feel the vibration of love. And every one of you in your essential nature comes from that source. And they would keep you objectifying yourself as flesh alone. And they would keep you objectifying yourself as a confusion of thoughts, never revealing to you that you are this divine consciousness here in the process of creation, learning to utilize the gifts of creation to understand its function, your function as a creating intelligence. And that each and every one of you knows in your own heart that you have a function. You came here for a reason and a purpose. And they would seek to keep you confused and uncertain about what that might be, to keep you laboring hard and long, so that you have no time to stop and pause. Why do I think these thoughts? From whence did they come? And why do I have these feelings? From which thoughts do they originate? And that moment where you begin to listen inwardly, question, and evaluate, in that moment, they will begin to lose their grip upon you, each and every one of you. When you are no longer governed by the manipulations and lies that they purport to be the truth to you, the hold of darkness will fall before the shining of the light within your own soul that comes out. And it starts with a simple evaluation. The beginning. Where did your thoughts come from? And whom gave them to you? Why do you believe what you believe? Where do you get that belief from? Why do you speak the way you speak? From where did you learn this? And if you understand that the functions of education as it is established in your existing global society right now, then you will also likewise understand that those who have created that system of education have learned quite well how to utilize it for their purposes, not yours. If it were truly education, you would see a civilization flourishing beyond imagination, like no other civilization before this one. And as it stands now, there are civilizations before this one that were far more great in their understanding and comprehension and expression. But they too fell in a very similar fashion. So you have this opportunity, this process to begin questioning what is the source and origins of your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs, your imaginings. From where did they come? Did they come from a communications device you call your entertainment or your television? From where did they come? Your thoughts. And that moment of conscious questioning, you will begin to discover a way to give yourself relief. Give yourself relief from them that would say they would give you relief and have given you none. There are many come to this planet now to assist you and all, but you must open your ears and your eyes to what is true, to discern it from what is false, to make the distinction from what is love and what is fear. For their functions and outcomes are very different. And the experience of them, a grave contrast to each other. One is very contrasted to the other. Love and fear are contrasts. One usually represents pain, one does not. One represents prosperity, flourishing, and goodness, the other does not. And you can go as simple as looking in your pocketbooks, your bank accounts, and the quality of your life and ask yourself, is this a life of love or is this a life of fear? And where did I learn to live this life? For those in responsibility of authority, by nature, ought to install and instill in your consciousness what is love and who are you, to help you discover yourself, not to become as they think you need to be in order for you to be happy, that you become what they want you to be in order for you to be happy. Does that make any sense? Because anything that is a lie will not make sense. And yet, if you've been given nonsense to consider, then how would you be able to discern the senseless, the lie? And so these systems of learning and education are generally constructed with that in mind, that you would be confused so that you would accept what you were told without question. That the lies that you've been taught cloud you from knowing the truth. And they spend the first nearly 20 years of your lives teaching you what they want you to learn and believe and know and understand. Rarely did they teach you how to breathe, how to still your mind, how to consider, how to receive revelation and inspiration and guidance. They do not teach you these things. They teach you that they will tell you, and they know, but within you the same God indwells. If you hear what I'm hearing, then begin this process of questioning. Where do your beliefs and ideas come from? From where did they come? Because at a very young age, when they take you into those educational systems, they teach you many things that you will come to accept that will confuse you further. And there will be a greater deviation from love, from what they are currently doing to all of you around this beautiful planet. You must understand that. It will not become easier if you choose to stay in darkness, if you choose to remain unquestioning as to the source and origins of the thoughts, the beliefs, and the ideas in your mind. If you choose to remain unaware of those sources and refuse to question them, then your suffering will be of your own choosing after hearing these words. If you choose not to question. Once you have the understanding that this function of questioning the source and nature of your ideas and your beliefs, and you have this and you utilize this, you will find a freedom that you can build. You can build a ladder out of the pit of darkness that they have thrown you into. And they have thrown many of you into pits of darkness with their lies and their deception, their laws and their rules and their regulations that tell you to believe what they want you to believe and do what they want you to do. And yet, available to each and every one of you is a life most exquisite that can become a function of your own creative endeavor while in this dimension of consciousness. And I came to offer that simple truth today. As I offered that simple truth to this one, some of your 33 Earth years ago, that you are not who you've been taught to think you are. You are a divine and sentient being here to learn the function of creation. It is your true nature, every one of you. And even those in darkness that seek to keep you in darkness, that quake in their own fear that you might discover their lies, they too, their true nature is also love. But they are caught in the darkness of their own making, as you are caught in the darkness of their own making. But you do not have to remain this way. Awaken, arise, ascend. Begin the process of questioning, evaluating, and considering the functions of your awareness in relation to thought, to ideas, to beliefs. And in that process of evaluation, you will begin to discover that there's very little that was yours, but that little that is yours can be great indeed. To understand your function of love in thought and in action will give great benefit to all your fellow citizens, those that you are aligning to. Great benefit. The function of love is very precise in its effects, as are the functions of fear. But you may choose love, and you may choose it now. You may choose it now by sorting out the wheat from the chaff, the good from the darkness in your mind. Question your thoughts, your beliefs, from whence they came. Did they come from love? Did they come from fear? I give thanks to this one for allowing me to speak in this fashion today. So this is my guardian angel, John, guys. I want to say thank you, John, so much. I love humanity. It's an amazing manifestation, and people don't understand. They don't understand what they are. So many people do not understand who you are and what you are as a being, not as a body. The body's an instrument, but what you are as a being. And when he first spoke to me on the bridge and he said, don't jump, I'm so grateful for that now. But what he said is true. On that bridge, I did not think I was much. I thought I was lower than a snake's belly in a wheel rut. And at the moment I was about to jump, he spoke. He said, stop. Get off the bridge. Call this phone number. Ask for this man. And I did that, and it's changed my life. And in my own misfit way, for many years, I did everything I could to help other people to overcome that darkness inside themselves. In these last 4.5 years, when my wife's mother first spoke to me, and then many other beings started speaking to me, I have now committed myself 100% to ensuring that I can do whatever I can to shift human collective unconsciousness from fear to love. And I hope that you'll join in that function by remembering who you are as a spiritual consciousness, creating intelligence. Yeah, we'll take some questions. And the way is love. Yes, it is. Yes, they always do. They always wake you up early. So hello, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. Yeah, it's we are at an amazing time. And we've done this before. Many of us have been on this rodeo before, right? You have had more than one lifetime. You've had more than one lifetime. And more than one civilization on this planet is obvious. Look at the archaeological discoveries that are happening in the last 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. And all of the rubble of these old ruins are the products of fear. That, yes, you must understand that collectively your energy of fear is affecting your environment. Your collective energy of fear is affecting your environment. It has nothing to do with your automobiles and your industry. While these are certainly not necessarily the most effective, you are learning to make changes and adjustments as you go. But the function of fear is what defines the actions you perform at all. And that function of fear is what causes you to do and say and be what you are doing and saying and being. It does. And that function of fear and that function of love have very different results. And you can see the rubble of fear from the past. And yes, your fear goes so far as to influence the way the heavens will interact with you. It will affect the way the heavens interact with you. Wow, thank you. And it is so true. It really is. Amy's asking a question. I'm assuming fear also affecting the weather. Yes, it is. It's May 1st and we are having the worst snowstorm we had all winter. If we send Gaia more love, can that help? It's not just Gaia. We are affecting Gaia with our collective fear. The planet is a conscious, sentient being. And when we affect her energy, think of her as a child to a father called the sun. That suns give birth to planets. Just consider that possibility. Suns give birth to planets. Just a possibility, right? I mean, the Earth is 1/1,000,000th the size of the sun, right? It's possible that the sun could have given birth to planets. Anyway, this child of the sun is getting upset by how it's being treated and the different life forms that we are affecting on it. And it sends out a call. And the father responds, the sun. And it is responding. Solar activity, different things that we've done, the innovation of the electrical age when it first began, there was an event called the Carrington event. And it was in response to this emanation of energy. and the sun will continue to respond. The more we elevate our fear, the more the conditions that we're going to see will become more detrimental on the planet. The more we elevate our consciousness to love, Amy, yes, we can definitely influence the weather with our collective consciousness. Absolutely. 100%. I've experienced that many times. You can actually talk to the planet. Question from Drusilla. Will we ever get the truth in this life? Yeah, he says everybody has the truth within them, but they have to recognize the truth within. The truth within must be recognized in order for it to live in you. You must recognize it. When you give the truth your attention, you give it life. If you give your fear attention, you give it life. So yes, go into your own hearts. As was said earlier, evaluate the source and nature of your thoughts, and if they be of love, keep them. If they be of fear, reject them. The choice is yours. You can reveal the truth within your own heart. It's called revelation. The revelation of truth will also reveal love, for they are synonymous, truth and love. Thank you, Drusilla. Great question. Chris saying, thank you for expressing these truths today. There is a state of innocence, ignorance, and confusion. We're bringing love, light, and illumination to those in this state. Let's shine, team love. Yes, absolutely. Great idea. Emanate love in your thoughts, in your words, and your actions. Question from Nancy. How do some people get away with lies, cheating, and deception? My consciousness does not allow me to say or do things I know are wrong. I think he answered that question earlier when John said the educational systems are created by those in positions of authority who are taking advantage of your labors. I'm paraphrasing now. Advantage of your labors and your time, and they keep you in suffering while they take the products of our labors. I think he answered that very quickly. So the educational systems that have been globally created are designed specifically to keep most people in fear, in submission, in compliance to beliefs and ideas that serve those that are creating that system of authority. Again, I'm paraphrasing what he said earlier. You can watch the replay if you want to hear the full transmission, Nancy. But yeah, that's the way, going inside. Yes, we are love. I'm swinging over here to TikTok and I'm backing up. Julia is asking, hi, Will. Is my grandma sending me any messages? I'm being told to tell you, turn on the TV right now. She's telling me to tell you, turn on the TV right now. The message is going to come up on the screen. I have no idea what it's going to be, but that's what she's telling me to tell you. Turn on the TV right now and watch what comes on screen. And then come back and tell us what happened, please. Somebody's asking, we die physically, but we do not die mentally? They're asking that question. You don't die. First of all, you do not die. Your body can cease to function, and you, as a conscious awareness, move on to a dimension of consciousness that you normally reside on. Your personality, the personalized identity that you've acquired through this personality, will no longer function in this dimension. But the residue, the lessons, the vibration you've acquired from this experience will still exist. But not as a totality of you, but as a small fractal of you. So think of, what would be a good example? Think you got a bag of peas, and every pea is like a lifetime you've lived, but they're all in one bag that you carry as your consciousness, your lessons, your learnings through this dimension of time, space, and matter. And you can have many, many lifetimes and acquire great knowledge and wisdom from them all. I mean, you look at somebody like Elon Musk, and he didn't just learn to do what he's doing from this lifetime. He's been around many times on this dimension. And there are others like him that have created innovation and manifestation as a direct result of many lifetimes of experience. He's got more peas. He's aware of the peas he has in his bag more than most people. But you can carry knowledge and information forward to other lifetimes. So no, you don't mentally die. The personality that you were no longer ceases to function in this dimension. But you can still access that personality information. If you understand, that's what mediumship allows me to do. I can tap into the energy, the frequency of that vibration of an individual that existed at a certain point of time and space. And it's not a perfect process, because it's like anything else. You go through it and you go through it, you experience it, you learn. And you do. You have to experience something in order to understand it, to learn it. And with that comes error, and as part of the learning process. And you learn to accept that and go forward with it joyfully and gleefully. Yes, I understand that. Okay, let's go on here. That's a great question, by the way. I really loved it. You're welcome, Amy. 33, good number. Our consciousness son. I want to say this because Master Jesus said this. He is not the only begotten child of the divine. Every one of us is a begotten child of the divine. He realized it. He understood the teaching. He understood the way. So did Buddha. Many ascended masters have understood the way. Yes. So when Master Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the light, he's referring to what he knows, his knowledge, his teaching, his process that will lead you back to the Father's house, that state of divine consciousness. But he is very clear. You are, that which is in me is in thee. He constantly says that. People have been misled to believe that I'm the only one. No, you are too. And that was, again, a system of education that was taken over, manipulated, and changed to, again, take people away from the understanding that Master Jesus had the way of teaching the knowledge, the practices, how to meditate, what to eat, what to drink, how to speak, how to act. He knew the way of returning yourself to the divinity, to sit on the throne of that with him, to sit on the throne with him, not below at his feet, to sit with him. Right? And all the masters will say the same thing. I am no greater than thee. Never will you hear a master say they are greater than somebody else, ever, because they know the truth, that we are all divine. But thank you for that. And I do love Master Jesus very much. I love Jesus. Hi, William. Can you please tell me what is going on with my 2-year-old son? Is he autistic? Brebit, listen, there's 2 points from the time of conception to the time of the body being born. The question will be answered in this fashion because it is appropriate that we not place upon you a reinforcement of that which may not be true, but to provide you with a consideration that you may know to be true or not from your understanding of it. So children, when they first come out of the womb, there's this bombardment now. All attention goes from being within to suddenly the senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell begin to bombard the organism, and the awareness within it is captivated by that. And everybody around them goes, there's Johnny, there's Mary, and they talk to the child and they get its attention. Look at me, and they do all this thing, and all of the child's attention gets pulled into the senses, and their awareness gets pulled away from who are they as awareness. So this process, they call it the terrible twos, where kids get around age 2 and they suddenly get really crazy. It's because they've been given ideas, thoughts, and beliefs that conflict with who they really are. Teach your 2-year-old, do this. I'm being told to tell you to do this. Like, sit with your 2-year-old and hold their hands and just sit with them and breathe. And as you breathe, relax. And let your mind become quiet. Let your mind become quiet as you breathe and hold their hands. This will communicate to them a function that they can literally use their breath to relax. You instruct them to relax their breathing, to relax their body. You do this while holding their hands. You relax your body. You breathe deeply, you breathe slowly. You let them feel the calmness that you can go into. And when they feel you doing that, they'll learn from you, because children don't just perceive on the sensory level. They perceive on image. Children between ages 0 and 5 do not understand language. They understand images. So the pictures you hold in your mind as parents affect your children more than what you'll say until they hit around age 5 or 6. Then what you say can have more influence than what you have in your mind as an image. So hold the image in your mind of your child being calm and peaceful, and you being calm and peaceful. Communicate it in images, and you'll see a significant shift in their behavior. Communicate images of them being peaceful and joyful. Communicate images of them understanding the alphabet. Communicate ideas telepathically, because children don't understand language, so their communication system is telepathic, right? And unfortunately, the environment mutes that by getting them so lost in the senses. There is a reason for me to waking up more now. Sometimes is very overwhelming. Hi, hi, Dorca. I think I got your name right, Draca. Anyway, listen. There's a huge awakening happening up on the planet right now. The energy is the energy of fear and love are poised. They're both pregnant with possibilities, and we have to collectively choose one or the other. But for you, you need to learn to train your mind and body to be still and to be quiet. You need to train your mind and body to be still and to be quiet, because it's the instrument that you're using. And what most people have had happen to them is their mind and body has been trained by this messed up educational system we have. Even those people going to universities now are confused. Training your mind and body to run your own instrument. That's the most important step right now for you, is to literally learn how to breathe. Come out to the Saturday live event. On Saturday, we have our meditation. You can also join us for the 101 Masterclass, which starts June the 24th, where you'll learn the fundamentals of meditation and how to quiet your mind and body to gain proper, healthy authority over your mind and body. Because you did not come here to suffer, you came here to create. So yeah, when your mind gets really crazy and confused, sit it down, because it's been programmed by the environment. That's why he said earlier, start to question, where do your thoughts come from? You know how many people get their thoughts from television? The Walking Dead and all these terrible shows. Most people get the teenagers watch these things, they wonder why they can't sleep at night, why they feel suicidal. Watching these shows on destruction of the earth, and that's not going to fill your mind with love. So watch what they put in your mind, question everything, but use to train your mind and body to breathe slowly and deeply. And again, sign up for one of our masterclasses. They'll help you out. Will my mother ever atone for her sins? Oh, hang on. First of all, let me say this to you. The pain and the anger that you hold towards your mother, you must release that. You must release your anger from you, from your house. Release your anger. Concern yourself not with her sin, but with yours. And the function of sin is not anything more than error in perception. That the word sin, yes, the word sin literally originates from the English archery ranges and means to be off mark. You know, the archer would shoot an arrow and the footman down by the target. If he missed the bullseye, he would say, sin, you missed the target, you missed the mark. And so that's what the function of sin is, where you're in error in your own thinking. So the thoughts and emotions you have towards your mom, and I know, because I've been in that place with my mother where I've had that awareness about her, and I love my mother very dearly, and it took me a long time to realize that my function of love was more important than holding on to any anger or hatred towards anybody, right? It becomes very important. And I promise you, if you start to release your anger, and there's a way you can learn to release your anger, release your anger from your body, release your anger and judgment from your mind. What would love have you think? What would love have you say? What would love have you do? Ask that question. What would love have you think about your mother? What would love have you say about your mother? What would because your mother probably went through some real difficult things that she's never discussed with you, never shared with you, probably too afraid to. So clean the sin from your own heart before you judge the sin of another. Wow, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a beautiful question. What order will my gifts come in? That's unique and distinct, Kayla, for each individual. I'm getting clear for you, clairsentience. That's you have a clear feeling of things. You see, everybody's gifts they already have the gifts, but they have to be activated. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. You were born with them. Everyone was. Some people are more born. A lot of children that are autistic are highly clairvoyant. And some of them are highly claircognizant. Some of them are highly clairsentient. They can feel things really intensely. So we're all born with those gifts, but they have to be developed properly and intelligently. And our current educational system doesn't even consider that possibility, that we all might be telepathic, that we all might be well, actually, sorry, John Summy says, those in positions of authority know why they're teaching you what they're teaching you, because they do know if they taught you the truth, they would never be able to enslave you. They would never be able to benefit from the fruits of your labor. They would never be in these positions that they are right now, and your world would be thriving. Wow, thank you. But yeah, they will open up one at a time. But for you, it'll be clairsentience will be first, claircognizance will be second, clairvoyance will be third, and clairaudience will be fourth. If you are actively practicing how to open those, and again, we have specific practices in our masterclass that teach people how to begin the process of opening your clairs, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, practices that you can do. Not just a Ouija board, there's actual practices that you can learn to open up those senses, right? Yeah, love is the way. Does my mother want to tell me something? She passed away 2 years ago tomorrow. Well, she's really grateful that you still hold her close to your heart. It's funny, moms are so simple. They don't complicate things. She would like you to spend more time in the garden. She wants you to spend more time in the garden. She's saying she needs to understand how beautiful the world is while she is here. She says, yes, I'm grateful we were able to do what we did. But please, spend more time in the gardens. Spend more time in the gardens. Yeah. So somebody's asking, did a spirit wake me up at 6 a.m.? Yes. Your soul woke your mind and body up. Can I tell you who it was? Yes, it was your soul. Your soul wakes you up every morning. Your soul wakes your mind up. Sometimes they'll wake you up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You'll always know when it's not you, because you'll know it wasn't you. You just know. Sometimes I get waking up at 4, 5, 3, and get up and do this. Get up and do it, right? What time is the meditation on Saturday? You can join us on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel, or on TikTok or Facebook, on my Facebook personal page, or my group Soul Evolution on Facebook as well. Again, it's a discussion and meditation, and they never do a meditation without pretexting it with an understanding of what it is, why it works, and why you need to function deliberately every day with the application of meditation in your life. But yeah, 10 a.m. Saturday, Eastern Standard Time. Can you please tell me if my son, Emiliano Dillon, has ADHD? Thank you. First understand, I'm not a medical doctor or a medical professional. I've been diagnosed with some things in my lifetime, and through my own experience, I've learned to overcome them. For your son, attention deficit hyper disorder means there's a function of emotion in the body. This is my understanding from my own personal experience, that these individuals have not been trained how to operate their mind and operate their bodies. They're in environments that are shifting them around this way or that way. If there's a lot of emotional polarity in your environments, that can also cause that hyper ADHD. That condition be caused by polarized emotional states in an environment where there's a lot of conflict, where the childish emotions are going back and forth, and that's what they learn, and their body learns that function. But you can teach them to breathe. Teach them this simple act of breathing, and do it with them. Don't just tell them to do it. Sit down with them and say, let's breathe together. Let's hold hands and breathe together. And as you breathe, you can tell them to relax their body. Tell them that they can relax their body. Teach them how to do that. Teach them that their body is an instrument that follows their instruction. And you'll see great strides in transformation. You'll teach your child how to run the very gift that he was given to operate. I send you much love and blessings, because teaching your child that simple function of breathing, that they can make their body relax by breathing, that they can make their mind grow quiet through breathing, that you can go, Imagine if your child understood that. Imagine if you understood that. Do it right now. Take a deep, slow breath and let your body relax and feel the change in your body's energy. Your body will immediately change. Teach your child this. Teach your child this. Because they're not being taught how to do it in schools. They're being taught what to say, what to do, what to think. Thank you for that super chat, Drusilla. Wow, you're getting it. It's coming. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Drusilla, that you're wanting to have open. Yes. It's not just in what you're waiting to hear. You're clairsentient, Drusilla. You're more clairsentient. You want to feel their presence. Feel their presence. Don't try to listen with your, like try to hear a voice. Feel the presence of their energy. When you start feeling their energy, then their energy will start to get translated into different forms for you to understand what is being communicated to you. But you want to really do that. Like really feel their presence. Call them in. Call Jesus in. Call Buddha in. Call your guides, your angels in, and feel how the energy around you shifts and changes, and you'll begin to understand. You'll make contact. You have been making contact. I have dreams about fairies. Are they trying to tell me something or sending me a message? Yeah, be more lighthearted. Be of lighter heart. They want you to be of lighter heart, playfulness. They're wanting to encourage you into music, to fall in love with your music, the creation of music. Again, they're showing pictures of like flute, like wind instrument, like a flute, to really take that to heart, really go into that deeply. You'll feel the presence of their energy more so when you're engaged in music than the way you're just feeling it right now. But either way, it's still beautiful when you experience their energy. I saw them for the first time in a forest in Newfoundland. That was my first experience with them. Question from Animo. Would you consider someone mixing the audio from these messages with imagery for video release? It's been shown imagery helps people absorb information easier. It would be powerful. I would certainly consider a collaboration like that. If you're interested in collaborating, I would consider that as a possibility. I would consider that as a possibility, but I'd have to talk to you, and I have to talk to my manager. My 7-month Siamese Koro was killed by the vet a month ago. I'm heartbroken. Is he mad at me? No, he's not. He understands the attention. You still feel him rubbing up against you. Even at night, you still feel him. Understand when the body ceases to function, the awareness in the form is no longer physical. Right now, what's coming through this body is information in the form of words and gestures that are being transmitted from another space, a space that's non-physical. Consciousness. Your cat does not have a physical body, but still exists in consciousness. And if you take the time and patience, you can feel their presence with you. So please do that. Take the time to do that. I just have to check something really quick here. Yes. That's a great day. Anyway, May 1st is a wonderful day. I'm going to take 1 or 2 more questions. And, oh yeah, we're good here. Oh yeah, we're good. No rush. No hurries. Just had to make sure I didn't have a conflicting appointment going on. Yeah, so that's a really good consideration. My sister is jealous of me, that she's dangerous, destroyed me for one day. How could I protect me? I don't know what your situation is with your sister, but I would start here. First of all, the fear that you're holding on to is connected to what's happening. The fear that you're holding on to is connected. When you feel the fear, or you're anticipating I might be abused or mistreated, when you feel that energy, pause, shift the energy in a really simple way that they taught me to change the energy of fear when you perceive it in your body. It's very simple. Turn to the fear and say or think these words. Say or think these words to the fear. I'm with you. I love you. I will not abandon you. Those 3 words, those 3 phrases, and feel what happens in your body. When you shift the energy of fear in your body, you also shift the things in your environment that are connected to that fear. That's just the way energy works. You know, resonance keeps certain emotions, keep certain things happening. Change in emotions, you change what's happening. So you want to shift or change the emotional fear that's in your body. That simple process of communicating those 3 phrases, I'm with you, I love you, I will not abandon you. Those 3 phrases towards your fear, towards your anxiety, towards guilt, towards shame. When you communicate that towards your energy, you change your energy. Those 3 thoughts are a structure of vibration and energy, so that when you put them towards your internal emotions, you'll change them. Anybody here who's watching right now, do this. If you got any anxiety or depression or shame or guilt, feel that guilt, feel that shame, and speak or think those words to it. I'm with you, I love you, I will not abandon you, and feel how that energy changes. And then please share in the comment section what happens for you when you do that, because others need to know that this works. And you need to share the value of your own experience with others. Hi, guys. Yes. Brienne's asking, is there any message from my dad or boyfriend? Both have passed, and I miss them dearly. They want you to stop missing them and start feeling them. Your feeling of missing them is keeping you unaware of their presence. Like right now, Brienne, yes, I will. Can you just take a deep breath, Brienne, and just relax? Put your right hand right over the heart center, where what they call the heart chakra is in your body. Put your right hand over the heart center of your body right now, and take a deep breath and allow your body to relax. And as you allow your body to relax, now think the thought, I want to feel the energy of my father and my boyfriend here and now. Just think that thought, and then allow yourself to experience their energy. But let yourself just breathe, relax the body first. Once the body's relaxed a bit, keep the hand over the heart center while you're doing this. I want to feel the energy of my father and my boyfriend. And just let yourself delight in the exchange of energy that happens then. And then please share your experience of that with us in the community, right? Thank you so much. Question from Adam. Does any of my guides have any message for me? If so, please identify which ones and what do they... Adam, I love you, man. You always ask questions in the most unique ways, and I really enjoy that. Thank you so much. You've got to get more playful. I'm being told to tell you, you've got to get more playful. Yes. Again, I keep wanting to feel like this is Pan, but it's not just Pan. There's others here that want to connect to you as well. But playfulness, they really said he's got to be playful. You're always in your mind thinking so much. Thinking. Tell him to stop thinking so much. He needs to play. Yes, you need to play, Adam. Go out and play some more, brother. Go out and play. Someone's asking, should I sell my house and move across the country to a place I've never been? That is a question you want to feel in your own heart, right? I can give you what I'm receiving, but I'm being also told on another hand to tell you that you need to release yourself from all the outside influences. Release yourself from the fear and ask yourself which one brings you a sense of greater joy. Feel the vibration of remaining in your house or being in this new unknown environment. Which one do you feel more joy with? Which one do you feel more joy with? A lot of people let their fear lead them rather than their love lead them. Do not let fear lead you. Let love lead you. The only time you want fear to lead you is if you're standing on a set of train tracks and there's a train coming. Then you want your fear to lead you. And that's not mental fear. That's just the survival imperative of your biology that knows how to survive and has known how to survive for billions of years. I absolutely love you too, Drusilla. Thank you so much. Lori's asking, what are the sensations I'm feeling while meditating, specifically the new senses on the hand, face, and ear pressure? How can I identify between just a feeling and something else? Well, that's a bunch of questions. Again, Lori, you can ask for the answers because they're obviously starting to interact with you energetically. So you want to ask to be given answers. What does this represent? Can you give that to me as an image? Can you give that to me as a thought? Can you give that to me in a way I can understand? You can ask. It's like you go into a store to order something. You tell the person what you want. If they don't understand you tell them a different way. So you want to learn to communicate to them, because when you're starting to get those sensations, there's energy interacting with you. And please, for all of you that want to connect your guides and angels, please do so after you establish some sense of a higher vibrational state of being. You do not want to be just connecting your guides and angels from a lower vibrational place. Drink water before you meditate. Eat good living foods if you can before. Learn to teach your mind and body to be quiet, still. Get your energy up, right? Because there are lower vibrational energies on this physical dimension that are interacting with humans right now. And there are higher vibrational energies that are interacting with humans right now. So you want to bring your energy up. And again, our 101 Masterclass introduces people to a whole process of eating and elevating your vibrational state from fear to love. And you want to learn to do that because, again, birds of a feather flock together. If you're in a vibration of love, you're going to connect to beings and energies at that level. If you're in a vibration of fear, you connect to beings that are at that level as well. But yeah, just patience. It's it, Lori. Listen. I've only been doing this for 4.5 years. Never thought I'd be doing this type of work in my life. And I want to say this too. It's a learning process. You go through and you try and ask questions. Always ask questions of them when you suddenly feel a sensation. Who did I had somebody tap me on the shoulder, and sometimes they don't want to tell you. I had somebody place their hand on my shoulder the night when I'm talking with my wife, and I went, somebody touching my shoulder. I said, "Who is it?" I said, "They don't want to tell me." Sometimes they don't want to tell you. Sometimes you're not ready to hear, right? But I felt it was a really good person. I didn't feel any negative energy. So you want to become very sensitive to energy. Got a question from Sarita. Suffering from inflamed lungs from changing weather. How do I heal fast without taking too much RX? Any messages from James? I'll answer the first part because I'm being told that you need to know this right now. This is actually coming from James. Tell her to not be so stressed out. That's what he's saying. He's telling you to not be so stressed out. With regard to the lungs, I'm being told to tell you. With regard, take both of your hands, place them over your lungs, where the top of your lungs are, where the trachea and the lungs actually meet, where they branch off and where the lungs actually begin. Place your hands right over that part of the body, and then just like move your awareness into the lungs and begin a process of being grateful and thankful right now. Like right now, Sarita, to go in and say, I'm grateful and thankful for all that you do for me. Communicate that thought very meaningfully into your lungs. I'm grateful and thankful for all you do for me. And just stay in the energy that continue to direct that thought into the lungs. Let the lungs receive that thought. So you're directing it in, and do that for about 1.5 minutes and leave a comment in the comment section when you've done that, okay? Because other people need to know that your body's an instrument that you are in charge of, that you can learn to heal and correct from a function of your own consciousness, right? It's 11:11. I love that. Sarita, you're also asking, I do have to answer this question. She's asking, how do I make sure I don't get depleted from giving, sharing love constantly? If you are truly in a state of love, your energy will not deplete. If you're truly in a state of love, you're moving into a higher source energy. The source of life is love. If you're in that, your energy won't. If you're giving from your personality, I'm going to give because I'm such a loving person. If you're giving from ego, your energy will get depleted. Healers have the same problem. They want to go healing people. And if you're healing people, because I'm a healer, you're going to get depleted. You're going to have to clear and cleanse and all that stuff. If you're healing from a place of love, true love, your energy will go up. The more you heal, the more your energy will go up. If you're functioning from love, your energy will become more available to you, not less available. Thank you for that. Great question. Someone's asking, my dad passed away unexpectedly. Any message from me? He's saying it wasn't unexpected for him. It wasn't unexpected for him. He chose the right moment. He's telling me he chose the right moment. This was his right moment. This was his moment. Everybody would have been holding on to him if he had done it any other way. Everybody would have held on to me. Everybody held. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you all. I love you all. Kiss on the forehead. Kiss on the forehead. He's kissing you on the forehead. Receive that from him. A kiss on the forehead. I love that. That's beautiful. Terry T's asking, Mr. William, does my guides have a message for me today? Terry, what does he need? You need to, I don't know if you've got a chiropractor, you need to get your back adjusted. I'm being told you need to get your back adjusted. You need to go and get an adjustment in your spine today. Find somebody who can give you an adjustment in your spine. You need that, right? That's what they're telling me to tell you. Could I get a message from my guides, please? Thank you, my love. Hi, Becky. A message from your guides. Yes, they want me to tell you to cease being so nervous about that. Again, they're not. What is that? She knows what it is. To not be so nervous about that. Like, release that. Let it go. Yeah. Get a glass of orange juice and go out on the lawn and lie in the sunshine for a little while. Really do that. But whatever that thing is that they won't tell me, they say that. They're just saying that to me. Don't be so fretful about that, right? These words are so powerful. My autistic son was so anxious the other day, it helped him. Wow, that's wonderful. Understand, please, our children are so precious. And we stick them in these educational centers with people that don't even understand who the hell they are. You can teach your children so much just by teaching them how to operate their own bodies, how to breathe, how to keep their minds still, to engage in the process of learning in an exciting way, to encourage them. I mean, there's just so much that they're not, parents are so quick to get their kids into daycare. And then they wonder why their kids are messed up by the time they're 15, 16 years of age. It's not because of something you did wrong, it's something you didn't do right. And that is you just had to spend time with them, to teach them the fundamentals of who they are what they've got. You've got a physical body. This is how it works. You breathe, you relax. This is how emotions work. This is how thought works. Teach them. Teach your children. We're giving our children over to ideologies and beliefs that you don't even think about. But then that's not your fault, because most of us were conditioned that way by the conventional educational system. Fortunately, I was blessed enough to get kicked out of school and in high school. I got thrown out because I was unruly. It's true, but life has been so difficult that it's difficult to fill these three sentences. It's so difficult that I'm not sure what you're saying. It's not just saying the sentences, okay? It's not just saying, I'm with you, I love you, I won't abandon you. You have to change the sound in your mind and in your voice, because your body cannot tell the difference between fantasy and reality. It doesn't have that capability. So when you think those thoughts, I'm with you, I love you, I will not abandon you, think them in the tone of voice that sounds like you really mean it. And speak the words in a tone of voice that sounds like you really mean it. Your body will receive it as truth, because it is. That you love it, that you'll take care of it, that you'll never abandon it, is true. But you will not be taught this in schools, that you can talk to your body as a separate organism. You'll be taught that you are your body, and you're not. Your body's your instrument. I was walking the dog and listening to you. He was anxious, so I stated what you stated, and it worked. Congratulations. Animals are really great teachers, only in the sense that you can watch how they react and respond to the way you interact with them, because your body is not much different than an animal, and the way you think and direct your attention to your body affects it. So if you're talking, if you've got thoughts, and you're going, oh, goddamn, I hate this thing, and that, your body reacts to that. It feels the energy of your thoughts. So what John said at the very beginning today about questioning the source and quality of your thoughts and changing them from fear to love, you'll be amazed at how that will start to affect your health and your choices. Because the food you eat, the choices you make are based in either fear or love. The places you go, the people you see are based in either fear or love. And I love it, because that's been the big message they keep saying that they want to keep putting through me again and again and again. There's only two choices, love or fear. And everything you say, everything you do, every person you interact with, those are all products of love or fear. Everything. 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 Isn't that simple? Only love, only fear. Only two things you got to understand. How much simpler can it be than that? Right? So glad that worked for you. Will I be able to find a new fulfilling work position as I am reintegrating to full time? Steve, that's a great question. And again, can you feel that? Change your question into a statement. I can find really fulfilling work. And notice the difference. Read your question and notice how the reading it, when you ask the question, how does it feel? And then change your question into a statement. I can find a job that's, I will be very fulfilled and happy in this new job. Rephrase it as a statement and feel the difference in the energy. Once you feel that difference in the energy, you can build on that energy, because energy creates outcomes. So I can create a new and beautiful job, right? I will be very excited and happy. The energy of thought directs what the body's functions will be. The energy of thought directs the functions of biology, what the actions you'll perform or not perform. Right? It's really simple. It gets easier. It really gets easier when you start understanding this and applying it. Look at somebody just did it with their dog. Another person did it with their child. Be kind, be patient with yourself, because some of you may be hearing this for the first time. I remember when I heard it for the first time. What? Right? But when you're standing on a bridge and someone says get down and gives you another option, you listen. Right? You listen. Are there any messages from my loved ones who have passed? Hi, Antonia. Antonia, they've been trying to, this happens a lot. Those of you that have loved ones you want to commune with, reconnect with energetically, you can't see them as a physical body anymore. They do not have a physical body. The physical body is gone, but their consciousness still exists. Their awareness, their energy still exists. And if you relax yourself, relax your body, relax your mind, pull your attention away from the world, and then just think of them. Come join me. Be present with me. You'll feel their energy, and it will be unmistakable to you. You will recognize their presence. You just have to tune yourself into just feeling the presence of their energy. And yes, you can get auditory communication as thought from them. You can get a kinesthetic feeling information from them as sensations. And you can actually clairvoyantly see them. They can give you directions and instructions and guidance. But again, you have to train your awareness to perceive that way, because most people have been conditioned to believe they can only perceive reality through the 5 physical senses. And yet, the obvious thing is, you live in a world of thought. You've got an invisible world you live in called thought. The world of thought. It's invisible. But you don't see my thoughts. I don't see their thoughts, but I recognize them. You know your thoughts are there, but nobody else sees them. So you live in a visible realm through the body, an invisible realm of thought. There are dimensions of energy. And then the bridge between thought and biology is emotion, right? But they want to connect with you. Just relax and open up and ask them to come present with you, right? Hi, Andrew. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. Yeah. If someone has passed suddenly, are they bound here? No. Once the body ceases to function, you're not bound in the physical world. You're non-physical. You may be here by resonance in consciousness, in awareness. You may be your personality may be in this dimension energetically, and you can feel their presence. Again, biology is not who you are. It's the instrument you use while functioning in a dimension of time, space, and matter. It's like, that's the simplest way we can put it. So once the body ceases to function, your awareness is no longer physical. It's now non-physical. You're now a non-physical entity, consciousness, right? What do you think Jesus did when he ascended to heaven, right? He left his body, went up, right? He ascended the whole thing. He understands how to change vibration very differently. He can literally ascend the consciousness of the body to a higher frequency. But yeah, you don't cease to exist because the body ceases to function. I love how you teach us to change our energy to love. You're very welcome. This is what it's all about. Can I have a message from my higher self, please? Hello, Rowena. There's a tone. Somebody's giving me a tone to you. This must be a higher. There's a tone that you need. I'm going to make the tone, so please forgive me, but this is for Rowena. Rowena, this tone is for you. Make that tone, take it in, feel it. Let your body feel that tone. Let your body feel that tone. Wow, that's really cool. That's never happened before live. That's really cool. Yes. Question from SC. My father is ill and he's 83, has shingles. Will he be completely healed? I'm praying. For the shingles, you want to get apple cider vinegar. Bragg's apple cider vinegar, okay, with the mother. You want to get like puppy pads for little puppies or training puppies, and you want to fill that puppy pad with apple cider vinegar, and you want to put it on his shingles. It's going to sting like it's going to sting. It's going to be uncomfortable for a few minutes, but that will shut the shingles down in about 3 days if you keep that on there and you change it regularly, keep it fresh. That will take out the shingles. But you know what we already know too. Your father's in the process of the beginning of transition, right? Some people can leave really quickly this dimension. Some people will take their time. Some people will hold people to this dimension. They want to leave, and they don't want to leave because they can feel that you want them or you need them. Whatever your father's journey, I wish him great love and joy on it, because that's what we're all here to experience. Ultimately, the journey of love. All right. Enjoy. Yes. William, what gifts does my daughter Sophia has? Again, gifts are, if you're talking about gifts like music or art, I mean, when you are born, I believe from everything I've been taught and told, we all do have a unique purpose. That function of that purpose, the unfoldment of that purpose depends upon a variety of different things. The most obvious one are teaching your child to honor the space of what excites and intrigues them, what excites and what they're drawn to. Pay attention, because they'll show you what they're naturally geared towards. Teaching them to relax their body, teaching them authority over it, keeping your mind calm. The gifts are already there. They just need the space to emerge. What most parents do is that don't draw on the walls or don't do that. And there's a whole process that parents don't recognize, maybe an indication where their child is trying to express something creatively. So as far as her gifts are concerned, they will be revealed to you if you are clear enough to see them and brave enough to allow them. Again, teaching children that they are not just a body, that they are born, all of us are born unique. All of us are born with certain fundamental faculties, not just 5 physical senses, but non-physical senses: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. We also have the faculties of imagination and reason, intuition and perception, which are all part of those clairs. And school systems today do not teach children these things. You need to really understand that teaching children isn't just about teaching them how to dress and walk and talk. Those are parts of it. But teaching them to be aware, to be connected to source, to know they can ask for information and receive inspiration. What do you think all great invention? Teach them to connect to source. Do that, please. How can I get out of depression caused by X and my family? My mind is like a busy highway. Lori, I would highly encourage you to come out to our 102 Masterclass Liberation, or join us in the 101 Awakening program, which starts in June and July. But right now, Lori, right now is what you're asking. What can you do right now? And very simple. Listen to this. I know, as long as I got your full attention, you'll experience this. So take a deep breath, Lori. And as you take a deep breath and exhale, let your body relax. And then I recognize, where's your depression in your body? You don't have to tell me, but recognize, do you feel it in your head? Do you feel it throughout your body? Just recognize where you feel the sensation of depression most in your body. Once you've recognized that spot, turn your attention to that depression. Turn your attention to the depression, become aware of the space that it occupies in your body, and speak and think these words to it in a tone of voice that sounds like you really mean it. I am with you. I will take care of you. I will not abandon you because I love you. Those are the words. Speak and think them sincerely towards your depression. I am with you. I will not abandon you. I will take care of you because I love you. And observe as you speak and think those words how the energy of your depression changes. And please leave your comment about your experience in the comments below so others get to observe that there are ways that one can simply change the energy in their own mind and body. You did not come here to suffer, you came here to thrive. And just once you can change your energy, and nobody else can influence it. And once you start realizing, I can change my depression, wonderful things will start to happen. Once you know you can control your own energy, you start to become free, right? Somebody's saying they're exhausted. I've been cleaning and decluttering my mind and soul and house. Do it with love. Do it with love. Be grateful for this work. Be grateful that you get to clean the barn up. I've been trying to communicate with my spiritual guides, but I don't seem to get an answer. Again, a lot of people try to hear with their physical ears. It's not the physical ears, it's the inner ear, clairaudience, clairvoyance. Master Jesus talks about them. He says you have eyes but cannot see and ears but cannot hear. He says that most people try to hear God or the spirits around them as a physical thing. No, they're within. You got to go within. But again, I would encourage you to come out to our 101 Masterclass. Starts June the 24th. It's called Awakening, where we have you walk through a process of introducing you to the simple mechanisms by which you can learn to access and communicate to your guides, your angels, ascended masters, other multidimensional beings that are here to work with you. Right? Because they don't all work with the same people. Different people have different guides for different functions and purposes that will be revealed as you gain experience with that information and knowledge. Right? Is there any message from my brother-in-law that passed a little over a month ago? Well, he's on a mountaintop right now. Like energetically, he's on a mountain. He's like in his bliss right now. He does not want to be disturbed at this time. He says, but he does want you to feel the joy of his joy. He wants you to feel the joy of his joy. Feel the joy of his joy at my freedom. Yes. But it's like, remember, when I say mountaintop, that's the way my brain is interpreting the vibration of information as he's communicating me. So my brain tries to interpret the level of information at the best approximation that my mind is capable of doing from the frequency. I try to match them up, right? And that's how it represents. Like he's not literally on a mountaintop, very high up in consciousness and in bliss, literally in bliss. That's beautiful. Thank you so much for asking that. Hi, could I get some insight on my connection with Jacob? We're in no contact right now. Yeah, this is an unresolved connection. Yeah, if you stay in this connection, you're going to be delaying some things that need to happen for you. If you keep holding on to that energy, it's going to delay what you need to receive. It's like if you've got your hands on one door, the other one doesn't open. So you need to let that one go, let the other door open. Another door will open. Another door will open. It will be far more favorable than the one it's like you're trying to go through. You're pushing on a door that you got to pull, right? It doesn't work. You got to open. You got to stop that. Stop it and let the other door open. You'll be quite surprised, and then you can come back and share the surprise with us, please. Yes, a lot of questions today. Hi, guys. I think we're going to do 2 more questions. Do you have any message from me from anyone who has passed? Yeah, they're saying you need to let go of this belief that you are lonely. They want you to stop thinking you're lonely. They're all around you, right? You are not alone. You are not alone. You are not lonely. Again, once you start feeling the presence, it changes things significantly. Then you realize you're never ever alone. But let me put a caveat there. That being that you want to make certain your energy's higher. Focus on thoughts and actions of love. Do things that are loving towards your body. Eat good food, drink good water. Get out in the sunshine and play and delight in the gifts of the divine that are all around us. You want to really keep your energy up, and then the beings that you'll connect to will be on that level, right? Because if you're in a level of pain and depression, you're going to be influenced and affected by beings on that level. If you elevate your energy up, you'll be influenced and affected by beings on that level. Like dialing a different phone number. You just change the station you tune into it. And it's not that difficult to raise your energy up if you understand simple ways of doing that. And again, I've been blessed to be a conduit for this information. And I'm honored and privileged to be able to share it with all of you guys too, both live and in our private program too. Let's see a question. Can't quite see it. Hi, Jacqueline. Do I have a soul waiting for me to conceive soon? Yeah, but there's you have to receive it. You have to let them know you're open and ready to receiving them, Jacqueline. Like literally, hands on heart, and you must do this truly meaning it. You must truly mean this. I'm open and receptive to receiving your expression of love. Those words for you. I'm open and receptive to receiving your expression of love. Because every being that comes into this dimension comes in as a manifestation of love, not a manifestation of evil. Evil is what happens after we're born, right? When we get confused and messed up or information or mistreated or abused. Everyone on this planet is born into the physical dimension as a function of love. That's our original starting point, a function of love. And sometimes we get far away from that. We go to the functions of fear and anger and guilt and shame and greed, and then we get so far away from the house. Then we got to get back home. I'm going to take one more question from YouTube. Someone saying, "Oh my God, you said kiss on the forehead, and my son randomly decided to kiss my forehead, and no, he didn't hear you say it." Like I said, there are no accidents here at all. At all. They will communicate to you on the level that you're willing to receive it. Thank you so much for sharing that. Really appreciate it. That means something for other people too. That other people know, that realize the beings that you love don't cease to exist. They just are not in the physical dimension. And learning how to connect them can be very beneficial, because you can learn a lot from them. They learn a lot more when they leave the body, sometimes when they're in it. A lot of people get stuck in their minds while they're in the body and they don't know how to step out of it. And I think we'll do one more question from TikTok as well. So Joseph's asking, hello, Joseph. In coming days, the words miigwech keep coming in my head, Joseph, for some reason with you. Miigwech might be the last name triggering that. In coming days, we will have ice breakup. Are we in danger of a flash flood? I'm in Fort Albany, Ontario. Again, you can ask Spirit. The fear of the people, the love of the people will do very different things. Be grateful for the waters and the snows and the rains. Be grateful for the flowing waters that flow freely and gently, giving life to all that it passes by. Understand this. Go into that place of gratitude. Go into the place of gratitude and get as many people as you can into that place of gratitude. Gratitude for the waters. Gratitude for the ice. Gratitude for the life that's coming with it. Move into gratitude, not fear. Fear will create very different effects in time and space than the function of love. And again, Joseph, please share with us what happens as a product of your gratitude. Share that with us, right? Please share that with us. One more question from TikTok. I would love to hear from my daughter I lost 3 years ago. I miss her terribly. Thank you. Hi, Lynn. Excuse me. There's a lot she wants. Yes. Okay, Lynn. You know the obvious answer, right? How much she loves you. How much she loves you. Can you receive that right now? Because if you can receive her love right now, then you will know she's not lost. And that is the most important thing for you as a mom, to know she's not lost. Feel her love right now. Like literally just take a breath. Allow yourself to feel how her love envelops you. It'll be like a warm blanket around you. Just let yourself receive her love. Because when you receive her love, you will know she's fine. Right? Can you do that? Just take a deep breath. She likes when you sat down watching cartoons with her too. She really enjoyed that. She really enjoyed watching cartoons with you. There's other things here too. But the most important thing is to feel her love right now. This way your fear will be gone. You'll know that she's fine. She wants you to know that she's fine. Feel the presence of her love, like an envelope around your body. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm really, really grateful for your presence today and your openness. I want to thank my guardian angel, John, and the other beings that came through today. I'm so grateful. I was when John was having the conversation with me this morning about what he wanted to talk about, I was really a little anxious and nervous to let him just speak full on about the truth. And I realized the truth is nothing to fear. Ever. Ever. Let's take a look here. Subscribers. Oh, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers on TikTok. I'm now up to 14. My goal is to get to 17 before the week is out. And we'll just keep adding on to that. And again, I want to thank my Patreons, my YouTube followers, my Facebook family. We are building out a community that's being a function of love, not a function of fear. And whatever your experience was here today, I hope it was one of love. And I hope that you are able to awaken the function of love in yourself that is natural to who you are. And that you begin to live it and breathe it and teach it wherever you are. Because humanity's further evolution and growth is dependent and contingent upon our capacity to shift away from fear towards love. The survival, what the sun does, what the planets do, how they energetically interact with each other, is based in part on how we energetically interact with them and ourselves. And the vibrations of love and the vibrations of fear have very different effects in time, space, and matter than you know. But you can't ignore that fact now. So thank you so much for being part of this, everybody. And thank you to my new subscribers and followers on TikTok. And this is more about you getting the message and then sharing it. Please remember that. What you received, freely give. What you've received, freely give. And I want to wish you all, much love. And I want you to have a wonderful and joyful day. And remember that your true nature is that you are love. That is the truth of who you are.